The All Seeing Guys podcast is part of Britpod Scene, an independent network of uniquely British podcasts that's always growing. Check out BritpodScene.com or follow Britpod Scene on Twitter to find out.
The All Seeing Guys. The All Seeing Guys. With Greg and Joe.
Welcome to the All Seeing Guys, episode 124, and I am Greg.
And I am Joe.
Fucking A. Now, man, we are back, and it is an unusual setup. This is the first time...
It's a fucking weird time. It is a weird time.
This is the first time we're recording remotely, so this is a bit of a test run, this episode. So we're going to have a little catch-up, then we're going to play some music at the end. You won't get a full episode, it's a bit of a test episode. Our first attempt failed, so now we're doing it just over the phone.
Yeah, we're just sort of checking in just to let you know that we haven't died. That's the only reason we're doing this.
So I'm literally just talking to Joe through the phone on my headphones, but recording my side of the conversation. Joe's recording his side of the conversation, and I'm going to try and sploosh them together and see if it makes an episode.
This is it. This is how we do things now. We don't even have to meet up anymore.
No, and if it works, then this is how we'll do it during lockdown. Honestly, I'd much rather be sitting down with Joe, but this is how it is. Before we dive into the madness, I just want to thank every...
This is the Lockdown Chronicles, isn't it?
That's it. I hope you've enjoyed our totally non-cop-out flashback episodes we've been putting out for the last couple of months. Really good putting those together and hearing bits of old episodes I'd long since forgotten. There's so many hours of us out there talking. It's insane.
I can't believe people still listen to it.
And more to come. So since we last recorded, which was episode obviously 123 with Pete, that was the end of January.
Yeah, that's been a while, isn't it? And we're now what? This is April 1st.
It's April Fool's Day we're trying this.
Yeah, this is not a joke. This is a legitimate episode.
And the world has completely fucking changed since we last recorded an episode.
It's so mad. I think even when we last recorded, we did briefly discuss about shit that had gone on since the start of the year, and it's just got worse.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because obviously there were fires in Australia and what have you, and just and then all of a sudden, bang! I remember going for a walk with Lee, in like the wood. Me and Lee went for like a ramble. And I remember the news of the coronavirus that kind of just started coming out. And being like, I'm not too worried about it, blah, 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 blah. And now here we are a couple of months later or a month later in just lockdown. I'm in self-isolation. I'm halfway through self-isolation.
Yeah.
Like, because someone at Lizzie's work, his mum had it. Like, so there's connections across the board. Like,
I know,
so
yeah.
now...
It's the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, but replaced Kevin Bacon with coronavirus.
I mean, that's still the closest I think I've encountered. I've seen people on Facebook talking about people passing away a lot recently, but no one's actually confirmed it's related to the coronavirus. So it's hard to really fucking tell. But the world's completely fucking upside down now. Like, I'm working from home. Like, I'm working in my kitchen.
I've been working from home also just because of we can't just generally sort of having to get the train and everything. I was just interacting with too many people apparently. Well,
that's it, man. The train's the big one, isn't it? Public transport as a whole.
Actually, speaking of, there was the day as well whilst all this has been going on that a man called me a sick cunt on the train because I sneezed I sniffed. I had like a slight runny nose and I sniffed my nose and. That prompted him to call me, a sick cunt.
And that's the danger, right? People starting to like point fingers at each other.
Hey, that was like January.
That's crazy.
No, it was like sort of like end of February, start of March.
Man, so I've been doing my little like videos on Instagram. Well, they say that today's one's taking forever to upload. I've been doing my little videos on YouTube and Instagram since I started working from home, titled "Greg's Working from Home." Mm-hmm. which sometimes they're silly, sometimes they're a bit serious, but I've been talking about how things have changed when I go for my runs in the morning. And this morning, I tell on the episode I put out today, by the way, if you haven't checked them out, get on my Instagram or YouTube and see my Greg's Working From Home. I put them on All Seeing Guys Facebook page as well, my Greg's Working From Home videos. I was out for a run this morning, and a guy apologised for having his van parked in the road, across the pavement. He's always parked it there, always. It's always there. And this one time he apologised and started going, "How are you, mate? You all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." It's weird. And then seconds later up the road, there was a guy walking towards me, and I moved onto the road to let him pass. Went at the outside of the bus stop, so it was between us. Yeah. And at the last second, he walked back in front of me and was like, called me a prick.
What?
Yeah, because I ran too close to him. He was like, "Oh, watch it, you prick." I was like, "You just stepped in fucking front of me." But not like we were going to hit each other, like we broke the 2-meter barrier for a second.
And now you don't have a chance to win that new Lamborghini or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, you broke the 2-meter barrier.
It's crazy, man. Like going for runs in the woods where everyone's like, "Good morning." Now some people are like trying to throw themselves in bushes to get away from me, even though there's so much space between us. Like, it's insane.
It's insane. I've got a good rapport going with the guy in the local shop where I go just to sort of stock up on the essentials.
Yes.
And he's always just in there, just like, "Hey, dude, you're right. Well, 2 meters." It's a nice.
So he's not trying to get you to high five him anymore.
No. He quit that as well. And then there's also like a very camp man that works in there who was trying to before lockdown happened was trying to get me to invite him over for tea. That was weird. It's a weird shop, man. It's a weird shop. There's a guy in there with like a full beard, but he looks 15. It's so fucking weird.
Invite you for tea.
I'd gone in there. I went in there one night.
That's a Greg story, right? That's a Greg story right there.
It is. I went in there to get like pasta, and he was just like, "Oh, what are you making? Bolognese?" And I was just like, "Yeah,
pasta.
Yeah, I am actually. That's weird." And he was like, "Oh, I love bolognese, me." I was like, "Oh yeah," and he just kept going on. He was like, "What you put in it?" And I was like, "Mince." Just the general stuff. Started just
bolognese.
Just went on a massive bolognese chat, and he was just like, "Oh, you're gonna have to." I was just like, "You have to bring me some." And I was like, "I can't bring your food down here." He was just like, "Oh, well, invite me over." I was like, "I'm leaving. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous."
Yeah, this is insane.
So yeah, it's been some weird interactions.
Yeah, my local newsagent now is all like it's kind of changing more and more, but now it's very much like it's only open for way less hours than it usually is.
Yeah, same.
They've stay away from the counter, but now they've got big boxes or gaffer taped up in front of it to keep you away from it.
Funny you say that. I went in the regular shop today, and they had a big plastic like sheet over the front.
Wow.
Yeah.
God, like the end of ET, like. It is getting very ET out there.
All I could see on the other side of it was just a heart beating. That's the only thing to tell me that someone was there to serve me.
But it's like we couldn't have foreseen it. Like the way since we last recorded, we couldn't have seen the next episode being this. Like us,
I didn't think we'd live in a pandemic.
No, it's insane, man. It's absolutely mental. Like we haven't. Like we're not going to Ed's. I messaged you the other week, didn't I? Just being like, it's insane. I think it was like the first Friday we hadn't met up. Pardon me. I think the first Friday we hadn't met up.
Yeah.
And I messaged like the WhatsApp group being like, it's an insane thought to think that going to Ed's on a Friday night and sitting on his sofa and watching films is now dangerous.
Yeah.
Like
we were like the least dangerous people to anyone on a Friday night. We were the least threatening people. All we ever wanted to do, if we were outside, we wanted to be immediately not outside. Like we were like the least threatening, and now we can't even bloody do it.
And now, that is a dangerous thing to do. Like that is a dangerous thing to do. I mean, Ed bought me some beers and stuff when I went into isolation. He dropped off my back gate.
That's really sweet, by the way.
It's really nice, man. It really warmed my heart that he did that.
I would have, obviously, if I was.
Oh yeah, of course.
If I wasn't 3 hours away.
No, that's fine. So he popped out to the back gate, and I went out to say hello, but he stood either side of my car, parked out there.
It's weird,
and it wasn't that long because I had like a meeting at work to get to, so I had to be quite quick. And he's like, "Can I piss against your bush?" I was like, "Yeah, of course you can, man. I would invite you in, but we're all self-isolating."
I love that. Oh,
and it's
bless
got to be,
him.
and the thing is, you have to be so careful, that, especially the self-fire station now, because we
Yeah,
all know
man.
people. We all know people that are high risk. You know,
Yeah,
Lizzie's
absolutely.
parents look after Indiana. The Nans, had been looking after her. Not now. Now we're all in the house. But you know, Lizzie's mum's diabetic. Her Nan's 100. Like
Yeah.
my dad's got lung issues. Like it's so close to home. At the moment, it just doesn't seem. It seems real, but like it hasn't hit my doorstep, and I don't want it to either.
Well, yesterday it was my my mum's 70th birthday, and as a gift, she's now a high
Happy
risk
birthday,
person.
Jenny.
She's now a
Oh,
high
yeah.
risk person.
Happy birthday! Welcome
Yeah.
to the high risk club.
The
Got like a
risk-
telegram.
The risk high
Telegram
club.
from the Queen, it's like a biohazard sign telegram. Like,
Congratulations.
you are now high risk.
Yeah, man. It's a weird time. I think everyone sort of thinks it's weird because it's a break from their normal cycle. You know, you're not getting up and doing your morning routine to go to work. You're not like. I mean, you're still working and stuff, but it's not like, you know, all right, get up at 6-7 o'clock just to fucking get ready to go there. Like,
it's crazy how like your mind kind of gets used to stuff as well. Because like now, even though it's only been like I'm in the third week now of like working from home, but now already the idea of like getting up in the morning, getting washed and dressed, and getting in my car and driving somewhere to go work for the day just seems so alien.
yeah,
like
it's really weird.
like. And then like hopping on a bus to go meet Ed for a beer, to going to buy beers and pizzas afterwards, and going. But it just all seems so alien now.
Yeah.
like
This is
shaking people's hands, like just seems like it's so bizarre.
What was the Clive Owen film where with Julianne Moore and all that shit, where there's that no one's allowed to have children?
Oh, Children of Men.
There we go. That one.
When you say Clive Owen, I was thinking of Owen Wilson. I was like, I don't fucking know. Imagine that film with Owen Wilson.
Wow.
Gee, wow.
Wow.
Whoa. Gee, wow. It'd just be that for the whole time.
His nose is something else, isn't it?
It is something else. But that's interesting because I did make the Children of Men connection recently. It's strange you all that. I did think about that recently.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm not too sure why.
I was like, I mean, I'd seen some dumb shit. I tell you what, from being in and your own like social media's really fucked me off in the last like sort of like 3 weeks because it's just bullshit. There's so much like I've seen so many people like putting stuff up just to like for like and comments. Like I keep seeing these like posts from one page which I actually unfollowed earlier because I got sick of it. And it was like they were putting up stuff of like text, like screenshots of a text message saying like, oh, you know, isolation to continue for another 8 months and all this shit. And it's just like, none of that's confirmed. You're causing panic, like, and you don't even care because you're just doing it for likes and for comment traffic.
There's a lot of that April's Fool shit going on today as well, saying that shit. But my annoyance... What is it? You're getting what?
No, I'm getting. I've tried to
off.
really like steer away from it and that. Like, it's just awful. It's fucking awful. And everyone's
So-
that's all it is, and on there as well. Your feed is just Corona bullshit and quarantine bullshit, and it's just fucking dull.
Yeah. So I've been getting annoyed with people sharing all the pictures of like sick babies.
Yeah.
Being like, oh, you don't think Corona is a big issue? Look at this, blah 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 blah. And then I've seen them shared a couple of times, and you read the actual comments, and eventually the person that posts it usually confirms it wasn't coronavirus.
Yeah.
It's a chest infection. It's a this. It's that. It's usually just a sick baby, and they're just posting pictures that aren't to do the coronavirus, saying it's the coronavirus.
Yeah.
Just to like stay inside. It's like, you haven't read this, have you? Shared this without even fucking reading it.
It's like they want to be the people who had it because they don't know they don't know anyone like immediate that has it. So they're just like, oh my god, I could be the corona person in our immediate group. And like, don't be that fucking person.
The only thing that I look at that makes me think, holy fuck, is when I keep saying, have you seen like the recent pictures of them building the hospital in the Excel Centre?
Yeah, it's in Chessington, isn't it? Or is that one of the...
Nah, it's in London. No, it's Excel Centre where like Comic-Con is.
Oh, sorry, yeah. No, because I saw they're building something in Chessington as a
Oh, are they? I didn't know that. Fucking I'm in Chesson.
No, like I don't know if it was like a place specifically for corona-based people. I'm not sure.
Base people. But in the Excel Centre, they had all the beds lined up in there. And I saw pictures today, and it actually looks like a hospital now.
Yeah, yeah.
But it looks amazing. Like, it's really well done. But it's also, at the moment, just a big place with 2,000 empty beds. And it's like, God, they're not even filled yet. And we're potentially only, a couple weeks left of the lockdown. It probably will be longer because these beds aren't filled yet. That still hasn't happened yet.
No.
We're still not at the point where we've overspilled hospitals yet.
Yeah, and I think as well, like the what do you call it? Like the rate of people that, or like the confirmed deaths, keep going up and up and up. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I think it might have been sort of extended until like April, but I really don't know. I'm not.
But also, we say that about the deaths going up and up, but one thing that they're not sharing enough that you have to look up is the amount of people being cured.
Yeah, 100%.
Is insane. Like thousands, and like that's not really being shouted about. That's something Lizzie keeps looking up. Whenever she feels a bit down about it, she looks up the date. The total of the day of people that have actually overcome it.
Yeah, hell yeah, absolutely.
Which is great. So there was a few other things I wanted to talk about this, but before we fall deeper down a rabbit hole, I thought we should stick to tradition and go with a bit of geese dropping.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I haven't heard anyone.
I mean, it's going to be hard now because we're not going out. I heard Indiana. I heard my 2-year-old daughter say this today. No, we're going to have to.
We really thought that like geese dropping was going to test like until the ends of time, but well, as everything, the pandemic just completely batters you.
Luckily, I do have some, and Owen sent me a couple. So let's go into some geese dropping, where of course we had snippets of overheard conversation heard by us or yourselves. Geese dropping. Having a listen. So, Owen, friend of the show, Owen Tetley, sent me this.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. The really weird thing is, like, because I got my headphones on right now and you're not here, I feel like I'm just listening to the podcast, and I was expecting the intro music to come in, and it didn't.
It is bizarre not seeing you. It is
strange. It is. Well,
I do prefer being sat at a table with you.
We had a nice little FaceTime just before this.
We did, yeah. We were trying to record the podcast that way, but the delay and it wasn't working.
Yeah.
So Owen sent us this one, and he sent me this, and he heard this in a changing room. So he called it changing room droppage. Child in there. There's a child there's a mum and a child in the changing room, and he heard this. Are those for your boobies? Boobies! I can see your boobies. 1 minute later, I can see your big boobies.
They got bigger.
I mean, that child, man, is enjoying it.
Oh, that is loving. I like that he's just like, are those for your boobies? And then he's obviously just looked up and seen boobies. And he's just like, oh my God.
Now, this one I heard on the bus with you when we were on our way to go meet Johnny. We were on the bus when I bought those beers, and I carried them all the way there. And as soon as I got to his doorstep, the handle broke. The thing smashed that beer.
We were joking about it the entire way there, just like, that box is going to break. And then, like, he stuck his head out, and you were just like, you'd let go. I
didn't let go at all. It broke.
I thought you'd let go of like one side to like wave, and it just went conk out your hand.
No, I was holding it in one hand by the handle. Yeah, and it just went.
It was that was unfortunate.
Bad time. But on that bus, we had that girl on the phone, and she was just like, "Just for a shag, just for a shag."
Oh yeah.
Sorry. Oh, sorry. 15. I got the wrong age. Oh, I don't know what that means. Just for a shag.
No,
I think she'll say.
The important part of her introduction to that to whatever conversation she was having was just like, did you tell a boy you were 17 so you could have sex?
Well, that's it, isn't it? Yeah, and obviously 15 was the age because she was like, just for a shag, call him just for a shag. Oh, sorry, 15. Oh, I got the age wrong. Sorry. Was she like encouraging her friend to have sex with a 15-year-old, or was I don't know.
I'm uncertain.
I am also uncertain.
I am very much uncertain, Greg. But that is this. You know what? That's not a problem because they're not our generation.
That's true. Unless they like honey trap us.
I feel like they're gonna. I feel like that person will be dead before us.
I hope so.
That'd be great.
Interesting enough, this geese job at the time didn't hold as much weight as it probably does now. This could have been the beginning of coronavirus, and I didn't even know it. And I heard it, and I heard it in a geese job. I was in John Lewis. I'm fairly sure I was buying Lizzie something for Valentine's Day. And we don't usually do Valentine's Day, but I think because, she at the time she was unemployed and she's got a job now, but, it was a bit of a rough time. So I went out and bought her something for Valentine's Day. And there was a woman on the phone in John Lewis walking next to me, and she suddenly stopped walking and in a panicked voice on the phone went, "Oh my God, do you think it's malaria?"
Well, that could be one. Like, maybe, I don't know, love. I mean,
disease.
That is strange, isn't it? It's weird to hear something like that during this particular time. It's just like, well, I guess, I mean, malaria sounds refreshing in comparison to corona.
Yeah, well, maybe, yeah. I mean, didn't Cheryl Cole have fucking malaria? She was all right.
Yeah.
This one fucking cracked me up, man. We went up to London not long after Christmas, me, Lizzie, and Indiana. We took her to the Disney store to see the Frozen stuff before they got rid of it. And we went for McDonald's up there. We had table service at McDonald's. I had it delivered to the tables. It was packed. It was great.
You what?
I did the machine in McDonald's, a self-service, and I did the table service option. So it was really busy in there. So we just went and sat down at our table, and a few minutes later, they brought our food to us. And I'm like, all these chumps queuing up. Jesus. But on the table...
fucking king of McDonald's all of a sudden.
I was, mate, I was.
Look at these peasants queuing for their food.
On the table next to us was... I don't think they were... I thought they were a couple at first, but after a while, I started to think they were just sharing a table because it was busy. It was like a woman sat there uncomfortably eating our food, and next to her was this guy in his hands-free set, just staring out the window. Just, I don't know who he was chatting to, but all he talked about was shopping. Like, all he talked about was shopping and really breaking down the shops he goes to. Yeah. And he went through a bit of talking about jackets. And I heard him say, and I swear not, this is the best, I love this. I heard him say, "The thing about North Face is not everyone can hack it." I don't even know what that means.
Isn't hack it a jacket?
Well, that is another company, isn't it? Yeah. But I don't think
like...
he was saying it like that though. That doesn't make sense. That's two jacket makes in a sentence.
It could have just been like a jacket dad joke or something.
Yeah. Well, I did get another keys drop off him, and this one I fucking loved. I always carry an extra bag because I'm a professional shopper.
Fucking hell.
Professional shopper.
Ugh. That's not a job, that's a hobby.
Right? That's what I thought.
Yeah. Awful.
So those are my geese drops. I have got some other geese drops saved up for future episodes because I don't think I'm hearing much in my house. So if anyone has any saved up or not sent or hear anything else, send it to us, please.
Yeah, because like I feel like supermarkets right now are just peak for geese dropping. You hear some really like weird shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Who knows?
So before we get into what playing the new Dicerollers tracks. Again, I say it's a short episode. We're going to be playing music on this episode more than... But I still wanted to quickly touch on this conspiracy I saw on Facebook today. I've seen it floating around.
Ugh.
And I saw someone posted today, and this is a conspiracy that coronavirus is really just 5G.
Dicks. I see there's someone on fucking Instagram keeps posting it, and I'm just like, ugh.
So... This was,
this sort of scenario, where like someone thinks they've unlocked the truth. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love a conspiracy theory and all that, but you take it you take it all with a pinch of salt. And
100%.
But it's just people like when they find this shit out, they're just like their approach to it is like it's the fucking gospel truth. And the word is theory. Conspiracy theory is the key word in the scenario,
yeah, and I'm the same. I love a conspiracy theory, but this one I'm just not. I think it's just not there enough to find it.
It's fucking
interesting.
Desperate.
But I did find it funny. So it's only interesting in the sense that it's picking up momentum. It's almost when I hear like the flat Earth conspiracies, and I'm just like, oh my god. So I'm going to read out this status that I saw.
Right.
And it is literally like, do you really know what caused the Spanish flu pandemic of 1918? It was the introduction of radio waves. Do you know the first country to have more than 100k 5G towers was China? Do you know the first place to roll out blanketed 5G was Wuhan? Can you guess where else is heavily populated with 5G? That's right, Italy. Do you know the Princess cruise ship was installed with a state-of-the-art 5G connection? Do you know how powerful electromagnetic frequency is in destroying health already? Yet this 5G version is way more powerful and hadn't been tested on human health. Do you know that when Netherlands run tests with 5G, all the birds fell dead from the sky in the test area? They want to roll out 5G, for which there is already public opposition, where there is public opposition, so they dispute this created coronavirus and roll it out behind our backs. So they created this coronavirus and rolled out behind our backs. As people experience adverse symptoms, they blame the virus. Well, it gets better. People are so fearful of the virus that they won't even exchange cash. One step closer to a cashless society. Step 2, creating a global economic crisis. So there is little choice but to renew the financial system. And it gets even better. Everyone needs access to their funds if they have been promised, but how can they get access unless you are fully compliant? You must get the vaccine to create herd immunity to this virus. And the final part of this plan, the most sinister part of the plan, but I'll let you digest this first part. People want to believe the conforming government's lies and promises. Oh, so not even telling you the most sinister part of the plan yet.
No. So my issue with the whole thing of this is, like, they say obviously it's 5G is just to do with radiation and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So then why isn't coronavirus like cancer-based fucking like illnesses? You know what I mean? Or like symptoms.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know why? Like, you know, if you get cancer, you don't just have the flu and then die. It's just the fucking cunts.
So I saw this status and I was like, Jesus Christ. Okay, fair enough. He believes it. Fair enough. But then I was like, do you know what? Who I'd love to comment on this? I'll make George. And I was like, but I don't think George even knows these people. It's fine. And then literally the next morning, George on there.
Are you for real?
Couldn't fucking believe it. And George stepped in with, mate, there's no such thing as 5G radiation sickness. Millimeter waves don't carry anywhere near the amount of energy they would need to knock electrons off atoms and cause cell damage. The radiation is non-ionizing. It is literally impossible for it to induce acute radiation sickness.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes deep, man. It's quite a long old bit, but he drops facts.
But that's what you need. That's exactly what you need in that situation.
He drops facts, sources of what he's talking about, and the last bit I love. The last bit is so good. Also, if the Spanish flu was caused by radio waves, which the planet has been emitting for over a century, we'd all be dead. You can't be immune to radiation poisoning. Just ask Mary Curie. Drop, mic drop.
Oh dear!
But he also goes.
No, he's jumped right in there,
and I've missed out the whole bit in the middle. He literally just says how there's no evidence.
No, there isn't at all.
There's no evidence to this at all.
I'd seen
the 5G.
There's a fucking dude on my Instagram who's found out all this, and he's just dropping stuff after stuff, and it's some of them is like court appearance discussing it and things like that, which is great, and I understand. The other thing is just like people just going around in their cars and seeing like 4 dead ducks on the side of the road, and to be like, what's caused that? And it's just like, maybe someone hit 4 ducks with their fucking car. Like, you don't know what happened prior to your arrival to this situation. Like, it's just so ridiculous.
So I actually messaged George to kind of be like, yo, man, I just saw your comment, like, and just started chatting to him about it.
Yeah,
and he's like, and he was like, yo, if I said to him, we're going to talk about it on the podcast, and he's like, cool, can you make sure you talk about this? And he told me he listed this whole big thing, but since then he's actually done his own status about it on Facebook.
Right.
So his status on Facebook, I'm going to read his status instead, and it says,
Excellent.
if you're worried about high frequency millimeter waves of 5G, you are going to freak the fuck out when I tell you about the visible light that surrounds you. The frequency is literally orders of magnitude higher. He has got a graph here, so you have to look it up.
Yeah.
He said, look up in this order the electromagnetic spectrum, non-ionizing radiation, ionizing radiation, acute radiation sickness, and additional learning, the results of every study ever done on the effects of 3G/4G spectrum on human health. And then never bother me again about 5G ever again. Thank you.
You know what? I'm gonna find George on Instagram and I'm gonna tell him to message Temper T, who's going absolutely off on this shit.
Is that who it is, Temper T?
Yeah, that's exactly
Jesus
who it is.
Christ.
And I was gonna look. Can you message him and say this exact shit to him? Because I'm getting fucking sick of this.
I didn't realise they had a celebrity backing. Jesus.
Oh mate, he's it's just fucking ridiculous, isn't it? People gravitate towards this shit because it's like, it's not even caring that it's like, you know, the whole idea of a conspiracy is that something's being hidden for you, or the truth is being hidden from you. And people don't really care about exposing it. They just want to be the one that could be like the first to say, well, I believe this and I told you about it and you called me an idiot. So look who's laughing now.
Care.
That's all it is. That is all it fucking is. It's a fucking God complex. People don't like feeling like a speck of dust in a much larger desert. You know, it's people
true.
don't like that. And that's
See,
exactly... It's just fucking ridiculous.
Speck of dust in a much larger desert. You know, that's the best to say, man. I use that every day.
It's either that or my favorite one is we are all just like a megapixel in a much larger picture.
Fart in the universe, mate. Guff
Fart
in the universe.
There you go.
Guff in the universe.
It's just fucking ugh.
Oh well, we found another one to make Joe angry.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? My fucking Wi-Fi has just gone off.
Oh shit!
This would have happened, mate. This would have absolutely happened if we were using our goddamn phones. It's not even 4G. Not even 5G.
Well, I think it's time now to kind of wrap up and start heading towards fucking our new Dicerollers music we're going to be dropping here. So
yeah, I'm already angry and now I'm inside and I can't leave. Thanks, Greg.
We'll fine-tune this a little bit better, and then hopefully next time we'll do an actual full proper episode, because I still want to really talk about the Kebab Awards, because I've got all that prepped and ready to go.
Absolutely, yes.
I've got that all prepped and ready to go, and I want to talk about the Kebab Awards, so that'll be next episode.
Actually, I want to mention just on the back of that as well, our
Yes.
good friend Fran, of the manager of the Fighting Cocks.
Yes.
She actually got her boyfriend into our podcast. We met him recently. Really nice guy.
Yeah.
Also found out, not from the Kingston area, but comes to Kingston obviously because Fran lives here, and is now a massive fan of Eden kebabs.
Fran's not, the boyfriend is. Yeah,
The boyfriend is, yeah. I think that's fucking awesome. He just goes like, "Can we go to Eden?" He's like, "No, we can't go to Eden." He's like, "Ooh." So Luke, if you're out there, we'll go. We'll go.
Yeah, Luke, we'll go after this coronavirus blows over. We'll go.
You'll find us in Eden kebabs, mate.
We'll go eating a bad way for all this to blow over.
Lovely.
So yeah, this is a little bit of a short test episode. Just to be fair, we chatted a fair bit longer than I expected to, because we haven't done this for a while. I feel I could go for an entire episode, but I want to hear this back and make sure it works before we commit to a full length episode.
I mean, my Zoom mic right now says 37 minutes. That's probably all right.
Yeah, that's all right.
Some people would wish we'd only talk for 37 minutes. So
I mean, that's true. Yeah. So we have done the Dicerollers fucking EP/album is finished. I dropped one track off it because we wanted to have the Don't Pray track at the end, which is one of the very different track we've done, and I really want it on there because it does fit the album. It's a really nice different sound, but we're not going to get a chance to finish it anytime soon in the wake of coronavirus.
Nope.
And I just didn't want this to be sat here for ages before releasing it. So for now, I've dropped the track. We'll finish it after all this shit blows over and I can be in the same room as Joe again, and then we'll pull it out. So I've dropped it from the.
Just think about the sentence that you have just said.
I know it's crazy, isn't it?
You want to be no. What you just said was just like, the next time I can be in a room with Joe again, I'll pull it out.
I mean, that's true.
On that note,
That's true. So, as it stands, as it stands, we've put it. It should be getting released soon. It's hard work trying to release this thing, man. Like it's done.
Spotify are fucking picky.
It's not even Spotify. It's the party. It's the people you use to put it on Spotify. You don't just upload it to Spotify. It has to go through a third party. And it's just like they keep emailing me, "Can you change this? Can you change that?" And I'm just like, why didn't you just send me this all at once? Because every
Send me a list.
Because every time I make one of these changes, it sets back the release date by a couple of days. And they keep making me change. They keep making me change the artwork a bit. I had too much going on, so I had to remove bits on the artwork.
That was, for me, that was the weirdest request.
Yeah, because
why can't you deal with like more than 8 colours?
Because it's not even the colours. It says it's too much text and too much. It should be name and logo and not even logo, name and album title. Hopefully, it should be fine. I've tweaked it a few more times. I haven't heard anything since then. But as far as like when I release it across, like, you know, it'll still go on Bandcamp and Spotify and YouTube and all that. It will have the actual artwork on that. But on the streaming services, the artwork might be slightly different, slightly simplified. Yeah, but still, it's all Pete's artwork. So we've got releasing on the Ideas EP, LP. Who knows now? The tracks keep changing in terms of taking tracks on. I don't know when I put Don't Pray on there, which we've now taken off. I remember Rob was like, "Surely it's an album now." I'm like, "Oh, it is." Now I've taken that off. I'm like, "Is it back to being an EP again?" I don't know, because the last 2 tracks are remixes of tracks that are on there, so I don't really know. So I'm just calling it the Ideas for now.
Ideas done, sorted.
So we got the intro and then straight into the ride, and even the tracks we've released, like the ride and Brace for Impact, I've since re-fucked with.
Went crawling back to them, didn't you, Greg?
Yeah, I couldn't help it. I haven't touched them for months since, but they're out. So we got the intro, which I fucking love the intro. And then the ride, which is fucking awesome. On that, we're meant to be doing a gig.
I'm so proud. I'm so proud of the ride. I'm really am.
Oh yeah,
for
me
both
too.
Of us.
So different. Such a different fucking. I mean, I love the ride. So we're meant to be doing a gig in a couple of months. I don't know if that's going to happen. Maybe not.
June. I want to say June.
Maybe June. I don't think it will. But we had a banging set list for it. Most of the EP was on it, or album. Most of this is on there. And I was looking, and if I'm in the garden having a smoke on a Friday night, I literally play it out loud on my phone and just go along with it. It's nice. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm practicing on my own.
Listen. I've been doing that. I've been going out in the garden around like 11, 12 at night. With just have a fag and a bit of a run through of the songs we decided on.
Yeah, it's awesome. So we've got the intro and the ride is what we're going to be hearing, followed by Shatter Don't Break, which that track sounds fucking banging on headphones, man. It sounds so fucking good. And that's a bit more, I don't know, they're all so different, because you've got the ride, which is more like rocky, metally, Joe screams in it. And then we got Shatter Don't Break, which is more electro-y kind, I don't know, it's hard to say, but a bit more rowdier as well. My Distorted Mind, which is a bit more old, sort of classic, I say classic hip-hop, like, for us, for Dicerollers, it's definitely more of a classic hip-hop song in terms of Dicerollers.
I think, like, in the regards to, like, because I don't think the sound of it is a classic sort of sound.
No.
I think it's, like, it's still quite different. And I think, like, Chris said it best when he sort of said, every song and this particular project is not like anything you've done before, but also each song is different to the other. Like,
exactly, yeah,
and that's exactly what it is. And it was just like See, Chris, you can always trust for a good response and a review. You know,
and that's what I wanted. I wanted every song to be something. I didn't want to do another Summertime. I didn't want to do another Why Are You Stressing. I wanted to do something completely fucking different, and we've done that. Like, and then we've got. And we've got Everyone Here Falls Down featuring Apollo Kid, a.k.a. Fine Art, a.k.a. his actual name, Pete Miller. Which I love that fucking track.
But then we got we've even gone like stupid with it this time and done like something like Whiskey Funk, which is like
Whiskey Funk follows that. Yeah,
it's
that's
like a
more
joke.
like,
It sounds like something Goldie Look and Chain would put out.
Yeah, it's a bit of a piss take, but it also kind of has just that sort of like. When I first sent it to our mate Rob, he was like, "Yeah, I like it," but when he heard the whole album, he was like, "Oh, I get whiskey funk now. Like, I get it now. Like,
You need it. Like, you fucking need it.
Yeah, it fits so well with the other songs in that sense that it's so different. It pops a bit more, and also it has such a sing along fucking chorus.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
That
that's
is
the
it.
sing along. That's the out of all these, that's the one that has the sing along sort of chorus.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
then we go into Brace for Impact, which is more of your I don't even want to say drum and bass, but it is that sort of like electric drum and bass track in terms of like the actual audio.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we would have had the really slow orchestral one, Don't Pray, but that's not there. Now then we go into the outro for the album, and then we drop into 2 remixes: a Ride remix and the My Distorted Mind remix. Mm-hmm. For this, not on the Spotify version, but for this version on the podcast, I'm also going to throw Pete's remix track on the end.
Sick. That's good. That's awesome.
Yeah, because I also
That
remixed
that Pete fucking beat and everything and Pete sounds absolutely sick on it as well.
Yeah, I also remixed the track that Pete's on, Everyone Here Falls Down, which is a bit more like fucking 9 Inch Nails-y fucking. So yeah, there's a couple of remixes at the end because I got bored and was like, I'm not going to change the tracks anymore. I just make new versions of the ones we've already got.
You've Linkin Parked us, Greg.
I have a little bit, yeah, but combined it into one release. So yeah, you're going to hear brand new fucking Dicerollers tracks. It might not even be out yet. It might.
Oh
I
my
think
God.
What?
Greg, you could legit do it as a double album, and the first one, which is all the originals, is the ideas, and then the other side, which is all the remixes, can be like the concept.
The non-ideas.
The ideas, but better.
No better. By the time this comes out, I don't think it'll be up streaming yet. As it stands, it's meant to start streaming from the 4th of April. It might get pushed back. It might change. I'm definitely, when it comes out in this episode, I'm probably going to go ahead and upload it all on Bandcamp and Spotify, and I'm going to upload it onto YouTube as one long video.
Yeah, nice.
So it'll probably be out on like other places you can go to, but it won't be on streaming services just yet. You'll see on Facebook and Instagram when it is out on streaming services, and then you can listen to it more at your leisure. But for now, you're probably getting a first listen then at the entire Dicerollers album. If you don't give a fuck, you can stop listening now, and thanks for listening.
This is technically our album listening party.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. So I guess, thanks for fucking listening. It's been good to be back. This has actually been pretty fun.
Yeah, I've been all right with this. If we continue to, not obviously even after quarantine and all that, but let's go back to meeting up.
Yes.
But for now, this is suitable.
Yeah, listen. I will say one thing. It sounds literally like you're in a bush the whole time. I think because your mic's attached to your headphones, isn't it?
My mic is attached to my headphones.
So I can feel it like dragging across you, and it just sounds like you're calling for a bush, but the Zoom mic, luckily, isn't. Being attached to your headphones.
My setup currently is like my phone, and then literally over that is the Zoom mic. So everything is sort of in place. But I've got the headphones in, so this is all fine.
All right, well, I would say, guys, thanks for fucking listening. This has been episode 124, did I say? That's exactly what it is.
We do, despite all our jokes and anger, we do hope that you are staying safe and not taking the piss. Don't be one of those dickheads that goes out for no reason. No,
don't be one of those dickheads, because I want to get out soon, and I don't want to have to fucking...
I want to get out. I want to. You know what? I'm an introvert at times, but I want the opportunity to go out, and then for me to decline or accept it. That's all I want.
And I want to sit down with Ed and Joe so bad.
I want to sit down with fucking Greg and Ed.
I want to put my arms around them again. Like,
so gay. Why you gotta be so gay?
It's not gay. It's just so embracing friendship. It's not gay.
Stop testing our strengths.
And
Greg.
if it was gay, that's fine.
It's not. Oh yeah, sorry. No, we're living in a time, aren't we? Where.
And also, Maron, if you're listening, I haven't forgotten that we're going to send you the artwork episode 100. Joe has it. We have confirmed it's there.
Yes, I've got it.
We will get it to you. I have your address.
Stained the colours. I'm going to just retouch the colours just in case.
Oh, you're getting a retouch. You're getting a retouch.
Might give it a retouch.
I have your address. When I can go to a shop and buy a decent envelope, I'll do that.
That's really threatening, Greg. Oh, we should frame it. No, let's get a frame. Let's get a frame.
I mean, that costs more for postage, but
well, if you know where she lives, we can just turn up on our doorstep and really freak her out.
I mean, I was gonna. She'll be like, "I've got a date, guys. You really ruined this for me." And also,
right now. He was inside me before you knocked on the door.
Jesus Christ.
I don't mean that, Marin. I'm so sorry. I forgot who I was talking about then for a minute.
Yes. Please apologise, Joe.
So
Outrageous.
sorry. Oh, she'll laugh. It'll be fine.
She'll laugh more at the fact we're apologising, I think.
Thank you. I'm so sorry. Sorry.
He's sorry. But
Fine,
you know what? That's Joe. That's what he does.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, thanks for listening, guys. I hope you really enjoy the Dicerollers The Ideas album /EP. Who knows what it is? And if you like it, give us a shout back. If you don't like it, keep your fucking opinions to yourself.
Yeah, we don't give a fuck. Yeah, no. If you don't like it, fuck off. I don't give a shit about you and your shitty music taste. Go fuck yourself.
I have been Greg, 5G Conspiracy Armstrong.
And I have been Joe, Quarantined Jackson.
Nice. Take care, guys. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
I guess it's Friday. Doesn't really matter to me.
Dicerollers of Ideas is a creative thinking technique that is based on the thought that to change your perspective, you sometimes need to change the question. Need to change the question, change the question, change the question, change the question.
Pause, I stay clear. It's safe to say that the end is near. The countdown's on to push your fears. We can't agree on the shape of the earth. Who's right or wrong? Which god came first? Wearing the colours of our teams on our shirts. Who from up high? Who comes out worst? Standing on the front line when it kicks off. It's go time. Gritty combined with clenched fist. Flip the script. Spitting venom to start conflict. Here's the fan. So where's the shit? Stubborn as fuck. I just don't quit. I'm addicted to inflicting punishment, and I won't stop till you submit.
Everyone is telling me something, bunch of nothing coming in sudden. Never gonna be what was built by me. I deconstruct with the deepest cut. Was nailed on the cuffing shot. Some of this stuff, the dig, sing the break. I'm way too big. Didn't land a hit. 666. I broke your shit. Awesomely obliterate you all to bits. Can't decide if it was a win. Take a breath and I sing my victory cheer. Here. Grabbing the wheel, let me steer. This whole fucking vehicle is starting to veer. 10 next left and slipper in third. Accelerate. Oh no, that hurts. It's got my life and soul in tow. Allow my soul and take my ride. Allow my soul and take my ride. Allow my soul and take my ride. Allow my soul and take the ride.
Spinning on a third rock down in another shot 2 o'clock AM and I'm walking home fucked. I've been smashed for days. Hit the central strike button and got lost in a bottle and a cloud of haze. I'm just trying to free my mind, trying to find that happy place. Cause I'm in decline, throwing the reverse peace signs in the face. Anyone holding me back, yo, let me shine. I'ma get better with age like a fine wine. And all I got left in this world is time to rhyme. But sometimes I can't find the lines. For too long I've been up on the shelf. Let my head guide me, redefine me. Turn me into the shell of my former self. But I got my health, so that's worth much more than wealth.
Relapse. Strip, slip, playing on the whip. Living on the rip, take my loss as an absolute win. Where do we begin? Heart intense, I feel no pain. Ping, the sound it made. Ego sane, force their prey. Be what I say and to misbehave. Brand new day, lost I'm gonna wait. Chain to the moon just so I can stay. Too many times I lost my say. Stick to the shape, double-edged blade. Clinging on with bloodstained hands, bloodstained plans, blood-soaked glands, blood-spilled tongue to carry my soul all the way to my blood-soaked hole. Allow my soul and take my ride. Allow my soul and take my ride. Allow my soul and take my ride. Allow my soul and take the ride. the run, I take 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 the run. Dimensional rift, control shift delete, defying disbelief as the atoms split. The secrets are cold and the truth falls in the snow, but we'll never work together till the ocean rolls. Only I know what lurks in the shadows. Blood red, pedal heads, forms in the desk, blue hair swept to the left, dancing in the lights and the vacuum pulls tight. It's spectacular sight, all the stars at night, and the fireworks burn your eyes. New perception, answers all your questions, without limitations, illumination spark, glimmer in the dark, hustling on your everlasting glance. While I start, drop your b-boy stance, break out your trance, break out your circumstance, break out the shame that's clinging to your name, break out the time frame. Break, 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 shake and break, 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 shake and 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 break.
I've been quiet like a dormant volcano, but ready to blow with lava flows and from the dirt and ashes of rose. Striking a pose, you know I can take a few blows, but it's time to take the gloves off, yo, anything goes. I see, speak, hear, eat, sleep and breathe evil, claiming victims like heroin needles. A fucking twisted rhythm with the hit list of people, cross them all off till there's nothing for the revenge sequel. Breaking rhythms like a hurricane. 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 Too many people concerned about the weight of their purse. I'm more concerned about the weight of my verse. Competing with me will leave you cursed with a bruised ego. Yo, you should go and see a fucking nurse. Sick of the bravado, everyone pretends to be great. Well, I'm the greatest, worst rapper, no debate. Hear me roar, stood before you on my crate at Speaker's Corner at 8. Speaking my mind, I don't teach love, I preach hate. Please step up to the plate, I insist you don't hesitate. You think you're the greatest, yeah, you got this look on your face like you're the winner, but I know that it's just not the case. I heard you come first, but your girl don't finish the race. You ain't close to being better than me. We ain't even the same pedigree. We cook the same meals, but I've got the better recipe. Think you're ahead of your time, but the truth is you're behind by a whole century. I can't say shit anymore, everyone's so sensitive. I wanna force feed you fistfuls of sedatives. Wrap yourself in cotton to protect you from the real world. What you gonna do when the party gets old? I can't wait for this world to burn if it's gonna keep turning and churning out these wasted wads of sperm. The future ain't bright, so wrap a belt around your neck tight. Crush your windpipe while you go down on your fleshlight.
I've been tripping on time. I've been restoring my mind. I've been tripping on time. I've been restoring my mind. Standing on the beach, sand exposes the timeline. I got the feeling that your soul ain't healing. Body is reeling and your eyes start gleaming. Open hands needing the grasp of herbal seeding. Chemicals beaming just as I was leaving. Now I'm left it, holding up the ceiling. I see the sky through glimpses from on high. This medication corrupted my mind. Reverse the tears that you always cry. I'm left here dangling from this line, watching distance get replaced by time. Tequila shot, hold the salt, hold the lime. A couple more of these and I'm buzzing just fine. Perfectly combined to equal my high. Perfectly combined to equal my high. If you don't comply, I tip my hat and say bye. I've been tripping on time. I've been stolen my mind. I've been tripping on time. I've been stolen my mind.
I work a job I fucking hate. I've worked there for 8 years straight. No rules anymore regardless of what they say. Step on the line and it's on your way. There's the door, mate. Smile in your face and then they call you a prick. I told every employer I had to suck my dick. Cause the mug I ain't unless I'm making a tea. Smoking some weed. The kind of voices in my head that keep fucking with me. I'm a couple leaves short of a tree trying to branch out past the ball so we can all bounce. No points go up on the board until we all count in my house.
Everyone here falls down.
Can't rise, can't shine.
Everyone here falls down.
Can't get the view as the clouds block the moon. Can't run,
Everyone here falls
can't run,
down.
can't run, can't run, can't run.
Everyone here falls
Can't run,
down.
can't run, can't run.
And if you're not made for this, then I hope you don't know it. If you have any weaknesses, cunts will expose it on scales of explosives, raining blood from noses for all those who show it. Keep calm and carry on, sounds like bullshit to me. Working for free without enough to eat so you can't sleep. Money is power, power is greed. You won't get me with that bullshit, I quit.
Everyone here falls down.
Can't rise, can't shine.
Everyone here falls down.
Can't get the view as the clouds block the moon. Can't run,
Everyone here falls
can't run,
down.
can't run, can't run, can't run.
Everyone here falls
Can't run,
down.
can't run, can't run.
Everyone here falls down. Only got one ass for the whiskey in the glass. The pint's got me tipsy and that time has passed. Brim hit my lips, tight on my grip. My eyes go wide, I'm in for the night. Crack that ice. The booze got me acting both naughty and nice. I realise that I'm sorry my words and my rivers are blurred. Like in Curtil, another shallow whiskey for walking through that door.
Head to the lav, pissing up the gaff. Is this the right box? I need a sat nav. Now I'm at the bar to get another tickle. You can find me near the music, shouting dance in the middle. I might be smashed off my tits. I'm gonna take you to the bridge like James Brown did. Get up, get on up. Now here comes the whiskey funk. Only came for one, but now I'm done. I got whiskey drunk. I got it, I don't flaunt it. I got whiskey funk. Only came for one, but now I'm done. I got whiskey drunk. I got it, I don't flaunt it. I got whiskey funk. Stumbling down the street, my jeans on my feet. Imagine if I drank my whiskey neat. But right now all I want is chips and meat. I'm gonna see those boys down on Eden Street. Oh damn, this chili sauce is raging as the colour in my face fades and changes. Count the remains of this month's wages before I throw up all over the pavement.
I can't quit. I just do one more hit. The whiskey serpent's got me bit. Excuse me, barkeep. One more round for my peeps. Said, sir, please take a seat. Come on, mate. Stop causing a fuss. What's to discuss? You're ruining my buzz. Now give me the drink that I love. He said, mate, this is a fucking bus. Oh.
Only came for one, but now I'm done. I got whiskey drunk. I got it, I don't flaunt it. I got whiskey funk. Only came for one, but now I'm done. I got whiskey drunk. I got it, I don't flaunt it. I got whiskey funk.
don't front it, I got whiskey fuck. I got it, don't front it, I got whiskey fuck. I got it, don't front it, I got whiskey fuck. I got it, don't front it, I got whiskey fuck. I got it, don't front it, I got whiskey fuck. I got it, don't front it, I got whiskey fuck. Only came for one, but now I'm done. I got whiskey drunk. I got it, I don't front it, I got whiskey fuck. Only came for one, but now I'm done. I got whiskey drunk. I got it, I don't front it, I got whiskey fuck. Six tells the truth, but tangled in lies. Justified or wide by the PR guys. Find myself lost in the sky, wondering if I had my time. Already had it and I let it pass me by. Head in the sand, every weapon's bland. Bloody closed hand, cut a bit of man. Emergency land on the island of the damned. Brace, 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 brace. Podcast with Greg and Joe. I call some Greg.
And obviously I'm Joe.
所以不要在我耳边瞎他妈逼逼，整天就是。
The time vagina will be mine!
Warnings, now the storm is here. F5 force reports, they stay clear. It's safe to say that the end is near. The countdown's on to push your fears. We can't agree on the shape of the earth. Who's right or wrong? Which god came first? Wearing the colours of our teams on our shirts. You from up high, who comes off worst? Standing on the front line when it kicks off. It's go time. Grit teeth combined with clenched fist. Flip the script, spitting venom to start conflict. Here's the fan, so where's the shit? Stubborn as fuck, I just don't quit. I'm addicted to inflicting punishment, and I won't stop till you submit.
Everyone is telling me something, bunch of nothing coming in sudden. Never gonna be what was built by me. I deconstruct with the deepest cut. Was nailed on the coffin shot. Some of this stuff, the dig, sing the break. I went too big, didn't land a hit. 666, I broke your shit. Also obliterate your world to bits. Can't decide if it was a win. Take a breath when I sing my victory cheer. Here, 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 grab with the wheel, let me steer. This whole fucking vehicle is starting to veer. Take the next left, it's center in third. I said I rate, none of that hurts. It's got my life and soul in tow. My soul and take my ride. I know my soul and take my ride. I know my soul and take my ride. I know my
o'clock AM and I'm walking home fucked up and smashed for days. Hit the Soundcloud button and got lost in a bottle and a cloud of haze. I'm just trying to free my mind, trying to find that happy place, cause I'm in decline, throwing the reverse peace signs in the face anyone holding me back. Yo, let me shine, I'ma get better with age like a fine wine, and all I got left in this world is time to rhyme, but sometimes I can't find the lines. For too long I've been up on the shelf, let my head guide me, redefine me, turn me into the shell of my former myself, but I got my health, so that's worth much more than wealth.
Relapse, trick, sick, played on the rhythm, living on the rhythm. Take my losses, an absolute win. When do we begin? Heart intense, that's all no pain. Bang, 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 the sound it made. Ego safe, forced it pray. Do what I say and to misbehave. Brand new day, nothing get away. Chain to the moon just so I can stay. Too many times I lost my say. Stick to the shape, double-edged blade. Clinging on with bloodstained hands, bloodstained plans, blood some plans, blood some toll to carry my soul all the way to my blood some home. My soul is take my ride. I know my soul is take my ride. I know my soul is take my ride. I know my soul is take my ride. I take the 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 ride.
Too many people concerned about the weight of their purse, I'm more concerned about the weight of my verse. Competing with me will leave you cursed with a bruised ego. Yo, you should go and see a fucking nurse. Sick of the bravado, everyone pretends to be great. Well, I'm the greatest, worst rapper, no debate. Hear me roar, stood before you on my crate at Speaker's Corner at 8. Speaking my mind, I don't teach love, I preach hate. Please step up to the plate, I insist you don't hesitate. You think you're the greatest, yeah, you got this look on your face like you're the winner, but I know that it's just not the case. I heard you come first, but your goal don't finish the race. You ain't close to being better than me, we ain't even the same pedigree. We cook the same meals, but I've got the better recipe. Think you're ahead of your time, but the truth is you're behind by a whole century. I can't say shit anymore, everyone's so sensitive. I wanna force feed you fistfuls of sedatives. Wrap yourself in cotton to protect you from the real world. What you gonna do when the party gets old? Can't wait for this world to burn if it's gonna keep turning and churning out these wasted wads of sperm. The future ain't bright, so wrap a belt around your neck tight. Crush your windpipe, watch you go down on your fleshlight.
Standing on the beach, sand exposes the timeline. I got the feeling that your soul ain't healing. Body is reeling and your eyes start gleaming. Open hands needing, the cross for her receding. Chemicals beaming, just as I was leaving. Now I'm left here, holding up the ceiling. I see the sky through glitters from on high. This medication corrupting my mind. Refers to tears that you always cry. I'm left here, dangling from this line. Watching distance get replaced by time. Tequila shot, hold the salt, hold the lime. A couple more of these and I'm buzzing just fine. Perfectly combined to equal my high. Perfectly combined to equal my high. If you don't comply, I tip my hand and say bye.
I work a job I fucking hate. I've worked there for 8 years straight. No rules anymore regardless of what they say. Step on the line and it's on your way. There's the door, mate. Smile on your face and then they call you a prick. I told every employer had to suck my dick. Cause a mugger ain't unless I'm making a tea. Smoke some weed. The kind of voices in my head that keep fucking with me. I'm a couple leaves short of the tree trying to branch out past the board so we can all bounce. No points go open the board so we all can.
Everyone hands down. Can't rise, can't shine. Everyone hands down. Conquer the view as the clouds fill the moon. Everyone hands down. Can't run, can't run, can't everyone hands down. Can't run, can't run.
And if you're not made for this, then I hope you don't know it. If you have any weakness, cunts will expose it on scales of explosives, raining blood from noses for all those who show it. Keep calm and carry on, sounds like the shit to me. Working for free without enough to eat, so you can't sleep. Money is power, power is greed. You won't get me with that bullshit, I quit.
Everyone hands down. Can't rise, can't shine. Everyone hands down. Conquer the view as the clouds fill the moon. Everyone hands down. Can't run, can't run, can't everyone hands down. Can't run, can't run.
The All Seeing Guys podcast is part of Podnose, the UK's leading independent entertainment podcasting network. For episode archives of the All Seeing Guys and all of the shows on the network, visit us at www.podnose.com. You can also follow us on Twitter via @podnose or send us an email via admin@podnose.com.